Hi, my name is Nick and welcome back to the Microsoft Teams crash course. In this episode we are taking a look at the activity app and everything that is involved in terms of notifications via the feed and my activity. If you find this tutorial useful, then you know what to do, and with that said, let's jump on over to Microsoft Teams. Okay, so here I am just inside Microsoft Teams, and the first thing that we're going to want to do is actually navigate over to the activity app. So we head over to the app bar here on the left hand side and locate the activity app. This should be the very first icon inside your app bar. One thing to point out before we click inside the app is when you have an activity notification, the little red icon will appear just in the top right hand corner of the bell, and there will be a number inside of that red circle. The number obviously represents the number of notifications that you have not yet read. Okay, and the red itself just kind of highlights that there are news articles, mentions, replies, etc. That you need to obviously have a look at. Now, when I click into here, the other thing just to point out and mention here is app mentions and replies will stay inside our feed here for 14 days, and they will expire after 14 days and will no longer appear in this list. Okay, but the activity is a view of your activity feed. This is a summary of everything that has happened in the channels that you are in your Teams list. So basically, if you've got let's say 3 teams like I have in this particular application, then every channel has a feed itself, which is called posts, and then all of that activity gets pulled through into this activity feed. This way you do not miss anything potentially important. Now, the main thing here is you'll see mentions, so when someone uses the @ symbol to mention you, see any replies to messages that you created, and any other kind of notifications will appear inside this news feed. Now, you do have a filter icon, this one just here, and we can click that and we can start to type a filter. So the filter is obviously in the top right hand side there, and you can search for all sorts of things such as app mentions, replies and likes, or even unread messages. I could also just search for an individual. I could type in Chris and do a search on him. Nothing has appeared in there either. And you have some more options here. So you have these quick actions, right? So if I were to remove Chris from my filter, click on the more options there and search for unread, nothing will come up. And you get this little icon here as well to know what you're filtering by. So if I remove that, come back to here, we can look for app mentions, and again there's no activity there for the app mention either. Click on the more options. Have there been any replies? No replies. We can close that off. We can search again for reactions. Any reactions, nothing to look at there. Any missed calls, voicemails or apps, or even trending related articles and posts and things that have been out in some of the teams. So lots of different ways to filter your activity, okay, using that filter icon. The little gear icon here basically sends you into the Microsoft Teams settings, and I'll talk about that in another episode, but that's another quick way to get access into the notification settings here, where you can kind of personalize all the kind of things that you get notified about. Okay, so the other thing that you can do with the activity app here is actually toggle this button down and view my activity. The My Activity then shows you all of the things that you have been doing across all of the teams and channels that you are a member of. So we can see here that I posted in the general channel of a test email, and this is where I emailed a channel specifically directly from Outlook, and it has attached the email message there, and I sent a picture in. So we can go straight down to all of the things that I have done, and here's another one here where I was talking about the immersive reader function inside Microsoft Teams, and I can go straight to that as well. The other thing that you can do here is actually use the command bar at the top to actually search and filter activity down for you. So rather than coming back to the feed section here, using the ellipsis options, you will be able to use the bar at the top, the search bar, rather than using these options. So to do that, you'd actually just click into here, and straight away it says look for messages, files, or more, or type / for a list of commands. So if we go a /, we get a full list of the various different commands that we can use inside Microsoft Teams here as a quick way of filtering things down. So straight away we can search for activity based on the person, and we can look for available, we can look for people away, be right back, busy, calls, chat messages. We have a full list of do not disturb files. We can have the ability to search for anything particular. We can go to somewhere, we can go to the help, we can join a team directly here as well. We can look at keyboard shortcuts, we can look for mentions, offline status, the organization chart. We have the ability to pop out a chat window. We can save a message, see all of our saved messages here. We can test calls and make a test call there. We can see our unread activity. We can see what's new inside Microsoft Teams, and then we can ask who a question. So we can ask a question about someone there as well. So for this example, I'm just going to click on activity, and then it basically lets us choose a person to see their activity. So if I wanted to see the activity of everything that Chris has been up to, I can click on Chris's name here, and it will take me over to the chat app, to a conversation I've been having with Chris, and then it will show me the activity of everything that Chris has been up to inside Microsoft Teams. So a really nice, fun way to kind of drill down and show you all the various different things that you can do inside Microsoft Teams. If I wanted to look at my unread messages here, basically getting your unread activity. Fortunately enough, I have not got any unread activity here, and you can see it's already put on that filter for me. Now, if I wanted to do something different here, I could also potentially go and find all of my app mentions. And again, you can see here that it's added the app mention filter and filtered my news feed directly down to any app mentions. So lots of activity related functionality that you get inside Microsoft Teams, both from the activity app itself, but also from the command bar at the top of the application. So there's lots of different ways that you can find out about what's been going on inside a team, a channel, or find out specific things that an individual has been up to inside Microsoft Teams. Hopefully guys, this was a useful and informative tutorial. If it was, then you know what to do, and I will see you guys in the next episode.